This is the Recycling Scrap Metal Commodities and Economic Report, November 11, 2024. U.S. weekly raw steel production fell to 1.63 million tons, down 2.5% from last year and down 2.1% year to date. This was on slow U.S. manufacturing, but Americans are spending a record amount on services. WTI crude oil price rose to $70.38 a barrel, but it's the price of 2005, 19 years ago, on possible future tighter crude oil sanctions on Iran and Venezuela. U.S. weekly crude oil production was steady at 13.5 million barrels per day, maintaining the record high from last month. Energy dominance for America continues, helping to reduce prices. The U.S.'s position as the #1 global energy exporter remains in place. The U.S. weekly oil rig count was steady at 479. U.S. technology is keeping the U.S. as the #1 energy supplier to the world. Scrap steel #1 HMS price was steady at $305 gross ton, but the market is not yet settled. No major change is forecast, but steel mills' stock prices spiked after the election, which could mean higher scrap prices are coming. Hot rolled coil steel price fell to $35.35 a hundredweight, which is $707 a ton, about 1/3 of 2021's high, and the price of 2010, 14 years ago. This was on the slow U.S. manufacturing economy, but per the above, maybe higher prices are coming. Copper price fell to $4.31 a pound on a lack of direct Chinese manufacturing stimulus. Also, on possible limited demand from emerging markets based on possible tariff plans. Aluminum price rose to $1.19 a pound, which is $26.30 a metric ton, on Chinese stimulus that's helping housing loans and on bauxite supply problems. China's October trade surplus jumped to $95.3 billion, the largest since June and 70% higher than last year. Manufacturers were front-loading orders based on tariff expectations. The surplus with the U.S. widened on decades of bad U.S. socioeconomic policy. U.S. September trade deficit. Note, we were just talking about China's surplus. Our deficit widened as it got worse to $84.4 billion as exports declined 1.2% after hitting a record in August. Imports hit a record high on strong U.S. consumer spending on imported vehicles and computers. U.S. Federal Reserve interest rates dropped 0.25% to 4.5% to 5%, historically a very low number though. Much of the economy is in good shape as home equity and 401ks are at record levels. Prices are very high, but wages are back ahead of prices that were there pre-pandemic. U.S. November U of M Consumer Sentiment Survey increased to 73, a 7-month high, and that's on pre-election data. Future expectations of personal finances soared on the higher incomes people now have. Also, on long-run business conditions were viewed as the most favorable in almost 4 years. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average surged 1,937 points to 43,939 as all major indexes hit new highs. Record stock prices bring the wealth effect, which is people spend when they feel richer. The non-manufacturing economy growth is very good and above trend. Roll-off trailer parts, roll-off truck parts for sale, Bentley, Galbraith, Galfab, Dragon, G&H, and more. Rollers, cables, shivs, cylinders, valves, and more. Also Pioneer, Rollride, Aero, Donovan, US Tarp, and more. Order online or call 734-722-8100 to order. This report by Greg Brown is brought to you by Bentley Roll-Off Trailers, Gondola Trailers, Crush Car Trailers, Lugger Trucks, roll-off trailer parts as we just discussed, and of course the roll-off truck parts we talked about for Galbraith, Galfab, American, Dragon, G&H, and more. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.